CTV News at 5 with Tony Rima and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tony is off. A 48-year-old man was arrested last night after brandishing what looked like a grenade at two Sudbury businesses. Police say they were called to a shop on LaSalle Boulevard around 5 p.m. on reports of a man threatening to detonate a grenade after staff say they caught him stealing clothing. Just after 8:30 p.m., the same man stole a bottle of alcohol, placing the grenade on the counter to threaten staff. Police were given detailed descriptions of the suspect and were able to arrest him shortly after. The explosive disposal unit confirmed the grenade was fake. The 48-year-old faces robbery and weapons-related charges. It's time now for your first check on weather, and it was a little bit milder out there today. For more details, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman. And Rick, I'm an optimistic person, but I'm also realistic. I know we can't put away our winter jackets just yet, but will we see some more milder temperatures over the next few days?
No. It's going to all change by tomorrow. How's that for you? Glad to see that you're the optimist. I have problems with Tony at times because he has somewhat of a pessimistic side. Systems map, courtesy of CAA, brought to you by CAA.ca. We've got some snow moving in. And then, Amanda, you're not going to like to hear this. We've got wind chill factors coming in by tomorrow afternoon. Greater Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, North Bay, right across the entire Northeast. So it's going to be cold, very cold tomorrow evening, heading into Saturday. But the good point about Saturday, Amanda, we've got sunshine. It'll be sunny and cold. Details coming up, the 5-day forecast, minutes away.
Thanks for that, Rick. A significant occasion took place at the Sault's Algoma Steel today with the goal to keep workers employed while protecting Canadian sovereignty. CTV's Corey Nordstrom reports.
It starts as this red-hot steel plate, which will eventually become this, Canada's newest icebreakers, the Polar Max. This peek inside the Sault's Algoma Steel marks the first steel that will go into that project, with attendance for the tour including government officials and representatives from Davie Shipbuilding, the Quebec-based company in charge of the vessels for the Canadian Coast Guard. Reporters on hand were not permitted questions during the event, though officials did make statements.
We say a lot that shipbuilding is important, but there's no ships without steel. And what we will be building starts here.
Two magnificent Canadian companies partnering together, one in Ontario, one in Quebec. I don't think there's a better story that could be created.
A total of 600 net tons of metal plate will be sent from the Sault steelmaker to Davie for the icebreakers. Algoma Steel officials noted the significant investment in the company from upper levels of government last fall, allowing Algoma to diversify what it offers.
This transformation and investments in Canada's only discrete plate mill will position Algoma well in the domestic market as the supplier of Canadian infrastructure, mining, defense, and construction projects.
There's a renewed positivity in the plate mill, and we're doing a lot of things that we're not used to doing. So we just trialed and were successful in rolling 3/16, which is the lightest we've ever rolled.
To counter unjust tariffs on our most critical local product, government action is required. Simply put, the Canadian steel industry to survive needs support from both levels of government and needs Algoma to thrive. The Polar Max project is a clear example of this.
Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Two NDP MPPs held a press conference at Queen's Park today. They were addressing the worsening hospital crisis, including hallway health care, mounting hospital debt, and plans to stop publicly reporting key patient safety data. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
One of the key performance indicators being retired from Ontario Health's annual reports is the number of patients being treated in unconventional spaces.
The government has to be honest, keep track of those. We are talking like close to 2,000 Ontarians that are sick enough to be admitted into a hospital that will end up in a hallway, in a TV room, in a bathroom, in anywhere but a hospital room.
Officials with the Ministry of Health sent CTV News a statement, which says in part, in place of these indicators, Ontario Health has introduced 21 newer, more targeted indicators that will continue to produce the same and, in fact, more granular information to the ministry.
We identify those on a day-to-day basis still within all of our bed reports and in our internal reports. We have probably about 70 patients on a day-to-day basis that are what we would classify in unconventional bed spaces. That's why we've been working with the Ministry of Health in terms of getting our capital project to move forward.
Helena adds that the government does not pay for those beds or the staff that care for those patients, which is leaving 50% of Ontario hospitals facing a deficit budget.
They have to balance their budget, even if that means cutting programs, laying off staff when you have a full house. So they have started to turn to bank loan. And now we're finding out that it is millions of dollars that hospitals are paying in interest charges to the bank just in order to make payrolls.
She says hospitals are looking for a 4% budget increase, but that the government is offering 0.7%.
All of this could be acted upon right here, right now. I mean, we give the example, $2.2 billion for a spa at Ontario Place that nobody wants. That $2.2 billion instantly the crisis would go away.
McNeil adds there isn't a simple solution to end hallway healthcare, but that all aspects of the healthcare system need to be strengthened to be part of the solution. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
It's time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. But first, we head a bit south of our region to Algonquin Highlands to check out the Dorset Scenic Tower Lookout. Stay tuned for more news ahead.
It's February. We love to give stuff away here at CTV and Pure Country Radio. 5 at 5, of course. Win a VIP experience for 5 people, your friends. Take your mother to the game Thursday, February 19th. A couple of weeks from now, Sudbury 5 will take on the Newfoundland Rogues at 7 o'clock. Remember to enter online, ctvnorthernontario.ca. It's a blast. Enjoy the 5 and enjoy the game. You can't enter, you can't win, so you got to enter right now in order to win. That's what it's all about. So let's check out our forecast radar now. Courtesy of Environment Canada, we've got some snow this evening, a couple of centimeters, overnight as well, then some nasty wind chill by about midday tomorrow afternoon. In Greater Sudbury, the temperature will fall to -15. With the wind chill, it'll feel more like -29 tomorrow afternoon. So it's pretty well the story right across the Northeast. 5-day forecast, here we go, 2 centimeters of snow, wind chill -15, but a lot colder tomorrow afternoon. Sunny and cold on Saturday, -15, your expected high. The morning wind chill will be extremely cold. Sunday, chance of flurries -14, -9 on Monday, chance of flurries, and the chance of snow Tuesday at -5. So you've got that colder trend, then things start to warm up by about Sunday, Monday into Tuesday. How about Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma? 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, wake up wind chill -14. Of course, it will get colder by tomorrow afternoon. Saturday, some sunny skies, -14. Chance of flurries Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. You go from -10 to -3 to -1. How about Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing? 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, wake up wind chill -17. Sunshine for a couple of days. It warms up to -12 Sunday, then -7 Monday, and -6 with the cloud cover come Tuesday. Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, wind chill when you wake up -15, then turning colder. Look at -24 tomorrow evening, -29 Saturday and Sunday, then warming up on Monday, -10 your expected high, only -12 and -11 the overnight lows Monday and Tuesday. Then there's a story in North Bay, West Nipissing, 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, wind chill -14, -16 on Saturday, but -28 overnight, -29 Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday, then warming up a high of -10 and -4 Tuesday with the cloud cover. So Amanda, you like change, you're a very positive person. We appreciate that here at CTV. Get ready for more change weather-wise. Back to you.
Well, at least it's optimistic. Thanks for that, Rick. Massive provincial funding is coming to upgrade, improve, and build new critical water infrastructure in the Nipissing district. CTV's Eric Tashner tells us more.
Each day, the wastewater treatment plant in North Bay takes in between 20 and 30,000 cubic meters of urban wastewater.
Continue to service all of our citizens.
Mayor Peter Chirico remembers in 2019 and 2024, the plant was inches away from flooding, which would have shut down the sewer system in the city.
And almost 17,000 residential and business customers would be affected. There would be no flushing that toilet, period. And that would create, obviously, some pollution into the lake.
The plant discharges the processed final product into Lake Nipissing. Before leaving the plant, the water is chlorinated in order to protect fish spawning grounds and ensure the safety of the beaches.
This is critical funding for these municipalities to be able to do the work.
$17 million of provincial money will flow in through the health and safety water stream to help municipalities expand or rehabilitate aging water, wastewater, stormwater, flood, and erosion infrastructure. There are 3 municipalities receiving money. Nipissing Township will receive just less than $1 million, while the city of North Bay will receive close to $11.6 million to flood-proof the facility for the next century.
There was more than a foot of sludge in this room on the floor because one of the pumps had failed and was spewing that sludge in this.
Mattawa's share, around $4.3 million, will go towards building a reservoir and other waterworks.
I feel like I won the lottery, you know, and Mattawa should feel that way too.
The infrastructure will allow for a new subdivision with 100 building lots that can accommodate between 200 and 300 new housing units to be completed in the next decade.
It's 35% expansion of our town, so that the actual area itself is 1/3 of our land mass.
The government is using up to $875 million to financially assist 120 projects across Ontario. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Today in Sudbury, 6 community partners came together to announce the official opening of the Heart Hub on Elm Street. CTV's Elaine Everson reports.
6 community partners gather to outline who they are and what the Downtown Heart Hub will offer.
A program rollout from the province of Ontario, and the 6 partners, the City of Greater Sudbury, HSN, Shikokumikwe Health Centre, Monarch Recovery, CMHA, and NISA, have been working for several months to put to action the rollout.
We all see and work with the same population, and often that's done in isolation. What the Heart Hub initiative has facilitated is strengthening the partnerships.
The Heart Hub is funded by the province and facilitated by community partners.
It's all about reducing the barriers for these individuals, right? And so this Heart Hub, that's what it's about. We going to one spot where they can find those services that they need to navigate the system.
Another aspect of the hub is some of the community partners sharing the case management of supportive housing units.
What we've learned is that once someone is stable in their own home, a lot of other things fall into place. They find their way in recovery.
This Shikokumikwe Health Centre van, with its outreach team, will help connect vulnerable people living with addictions and mental health challenges to the services offered at the Downtown Heart Hub.
The Heart Hub is not a drop-in center. The Heart Hub has been created to house all the partners in one space to work together collaboratively to identify a larger capacity of individuals in need.
Local partners say the Heart Hub's commitment is to dignity, compassion, and possibility. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Coming up on CTV News at 5. More about a symposium in Sudbury that has drawn out delegates from around the globe. Indigenous Land Symposium is almost over at Science North. CTV's Madison Merrier explains the global impact it's had so far.
Delegates from Australia and New Zealand have landed in Canada to partake in the symposium, expanding the community reach, sharing cultures and stories.
It's good when everybody can come together and share and just meet other like-minded people. We are on the same path, we do have the same mindset, we do have the same heart and the soul and the spirit. So it's a beautiful thing to see and actually be a part of.
Community representatives shared conversations around governance, hoping to inspire one another.
Our Indigenous voice is real at home, and there are a few little things politically, but if we just focus on the positive things and we make sure that everything is inclusive and our voice is the strongest and we are the decision makers where it comes to our land.
Being able to hear stories of success beyond the hardships over here just gives us more hope as well, just to keep pushing, and we will find a way and we'll walk together.
Land stewardship was also a topic of interest for many attendees.
I think as a thread through the symposium is that Indigenous communities are connected around the world, and a lot of shared values and shared practices around forest stewardship and water management and taking care of the land.
The best way to start healing our Mother Earth is to get the traditional custodians, wherever they are, all over the world, to go back and care for the space that they were, originally ancestors, their bloodline is through, to care for that. That's how we're going to start healing. And we need to start doing that all together and walking the journey together as First Nations people of the world.
Fox said they're hoping to expand even more in the future to hear stories from more Indigenous communities across the globe at the symposium in Ottawa next year. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
To some local sports now. The North Bay Battalion play host to the Windsor Spitfires. Puck drop is 7 p.m. In the NOJHL, just one game set for tonight. The Powassan Voodoos will be looking to clinch their playoff spot with 3 teams already set for March. They'll be in Sudbury tonight to take on the Cubs. Game time is 7:10 p.m. When we return, your community close-up. You're watching First at 5.
Robo-Dogs, Amazon, and will.i.am are on the menu in this week's Tech Talk. To tell us more, let's bring in cybersecurity and tech analyst Ritesh Kotak. He joins us from Toronto. Hi there, Ritesh.
Hello.
Robo-Dogs are mapping the forest and real dogs are confused. Tell us more.
Yeah, this is an interesting story. So what's happening is you have these robotic dogs, and this is something that we're seeing in just about every industry, the introduction of robotics. There are definite benefits to it. It's safer. They can go in, they don't get tired. There's an economic benefit to it as well. But here is a situation where robotic dogs have been deployed along with actual dogs, and the actual dogs are getting confused, and they're saying, well, wait a second, what's going on here? And this goes to show us that just as technology continues to advance, there's going to be environmental and social related issues that are going to come up that we really need to address. And I thought this was a phenomenal story that kind of bridges a gap between the tech world and the real world, and things we need to be cognizant of as we continue down this path of introducing new and emerging technologies.
Our next topic is interesting. Amazon Sidewalks is launching in Canada. What is it, and should we be concerned?
Yeah, so I have a Ring camera. I opened up the app and it said Amazon Sidewalks coming February 26th. So I was curious, and I knew kind of what it was, and when I looked into it, so essentially what it is think of all those Amazon related products or Ring cameras that you see within your neighborhood, and sometimes these cameras go offline. So what Amazon is going to be doing is creating a new feature called Sidewalk. Essentially, your device will also broadcast connectivity. So if you have other Amazon related devices within your neighborhood, it can piggyback off the same connection. So for the format or the framework has been created where there is no real data transfer, just connectivity. So think of it this way: my camera goes down, but my neighbor has a Ring camera, it comes back up. The issue here, though, is when you go into the app, it is enabled by default. So I always tell individuals, it's important to always look after those security and privacy settings and go in if you don't want to be a part of this, and you have to physically turn it off. Otherwise, by default, your Ring products are going to be turned on and broadcasting within your neighborhood.
Okay, performer will.i.am believes robots will be getting interviewed on the Grammys red carpet before 2030. Do you believe this?
There is an element of it that is intriguing. Do I think that we're going to see robots winning Grammys and essentially, can we say rolling down the red carpet? I don't know. I guess they're not walking down the red carpet. Yeah, look, we are going to see the incorporation of more robots, technology within the entertainment industry. There's going to have to be clear rules. I think as these award shows try to keep up with the modern times, it's important that we reward human creativity. And there have been situations where AI bands have been on different platforms, and they've been on top of the charts without even people knowing that these are AI generated music. So do I think that it's coming? Yes. Do I think we're going to see robots rolling down the red carpet anytime soon? I really hope not.
All right, Ritesh, thanks so much for your time. Always appreciate your insights.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ritesh Kotak was our guest, and to see more of our Tech Talk segments, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca.
Our first community close-up takes us to Timmins. Robert Armstrong captured this beautiful shot of a sunset. We're gaining daylight with each day, and we're bound to see more of those in the near future. Thanks, Robert. And now we chug along near Highway 63, where Ryan Mayer says he snapped this photo of the Ontario Northland passing the hydro station on a wintry day. Thanks for the action shot, Ryan. And we're in the greater Sudbury community of Chelmsford, where we introduce you to Pearl. Rob Hayes says his Bernese mountain dog just loves the snow and adds she would live outside if she could. So sweet. And finally tonight, how much snow is too much snow? We'll check out this wall of snow. This photo comes from the Sault Ste. Marie, courtesy of Shane Bonin, who you will see in this photo. Here we go. In this photo here, and Kathy Robillard. This snowbank is in front of their neighbor's 3-story home. They estimate the wall is about 10 to 12 feet high. My goodness. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.